Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, your heart racing, your palms sweaty, and a sense of dread settling in your chest. You don't know why, but you feel like something's wrong. Something bad is about to happen. This feeling is familiar to many, yet we don't always talk about it. It's anxiety. But what causes it? What triggers those feelings of panic and unease? More importantly, how can we prevent it from taking over our lives? Today, we're going to dive into the most common things that cause anxiety, how they affect us, and more importantly, how you can take control to prevent it. Stay with me, because understanding this could change how you handle your day-to-day life. 1. Stress and overload. Let's begin with the big one. Stress. Imagine you're carrying a backpack, and in that backpack, you're stuffing in one task after another. At first, it's manageable. But then you add more work deadlines, family responsibilities, financial issues, personal goals, and soon the backpack is too heavy to even carry. The stress starts to build up, and that weight turns into anxiety. It's no surprise that chronic stress is a top trigger for anxiety. When our minds and bodies are constantly under pressure, we feel overwhelmed. How to prevent it? Here's the thing. The key is prioritization. Think of stress as a cluttered room. If you let everything pile up without sorting through it, it becomes chaotic and overwhelming. But if you break it down, clean up the clutter, and focus on one thing at a time, the room and your mind feels a whole lot clearer. So, make a list. Prioritize your tasks. Tackle them in order of importance, and don't be afraid to delegate or say no when you need to. And remember, it's okay if everything doesn't get done at once. The world won't end, and neither will your mental health. Another tip is time management. Set realistic deadlines and allow breaks throughout your day. Stress builds when we push ourselves beyond our limits, so don't forget to give yourself permission to rest. 2. Social pressure. Next up is social anxiety, something that many of us are all too familiar with. Whether it's attending a social gathering, giving a presentation, or simply meeting new people, the pressure to fit in and be liked can trigger anxiety. It's like walking into a room full of strangers, feeling like the spotlight is on you, and wondering if you're saying or doing the right thing. How to prevent it? The first step in overcoming social anxiety is to focus on authenticity. When you stop trying to impress others or be someone you're not, you start to feel more relaxed. Instead of obsessing over what people might think, remind yourself that everyone has their insecurities. No one is perfect, and that's okay. In fact, showing up as your true self can make you more relatable and approachable. Start small, join a group, or attend an event where you can interact in a low-pressure environment. The more you expose yourself to these situations, the more comfortable you'll become. And remember, social anxiety isn't a reflection of your worth. It's just your mind reacting to a perceived threat. 3. Health concerns. Now, let's talk about health anxiety, one of the most common but often misunderstood forms of anxiety. It's that nagging worry that every slight symptom, from a headache to a cough, could be a sign of something more serious. And before you know it, you're spiraling into thoughts about worst-case scenarios. How to prevent it? First, it's important to remind yourself that most of us experience occasional symptoms, headaches, muscle aches, or the sniffles, and they don't always point to something serious. A lot of health anxiety comes from the fear of the unknown. So, take a step back and consider whether there's actual cause for concern. If you're unsure, it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional to get peace of mind. Knowledge is power, and sometimes just knowing that your symptoms are normal can help alleviate the anxiety. Another powerful prevention strategy is practicing mindfulness and relaxation techniques. These can help you manage the stress response and ground you in the present, reducing the tendency to catastrophize. 4. The pressure of perfectionism. Do you find yourself striving for perfection in everything you do? Whether it's at work, in your relationships, or even in your personal life, the desire to be perfect can create an endless cycle of self-criticism. Perfectionism can feel like you're climbing an endless mountain, only to find that when you reach the top, the peak is higher than you thought. This constant striving leads to stress, frustration, and of course anxiety. How to prevent it? The first step is to embrace imperfection. Perfection is an illusion. and the pursuit of it is often more exhausting than rewarding. Instead, aim for progress. Focus on doing your best, not being the best. Every step forward is a win, and that's something worth celebrating. Try this exercise. The next time you find yourself obsessing over something being perfect, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if it's not perfect? Chances are, you'll realize that the world won't end. Give yourself grace, because perfectionism doesn't lead to happiness, but self-acceptance does.
5. Financial worries. Money. It's the number one stressor for many people, and it's no surprise.
The pressure to pay bills, manage debt, or plan for the future can create a constant underlying anxiety. When finances are uncertain, anxiety can thrive. It's like a ticking time bomb in the back of your mind. How to prevent it? Financial anxiety is often caused by a lack of control or uncertainty. The good news? You can take control. The first step is financial literacy. Educate yourself on budgeting, saving, and managing debt. Create a realistic financial plan, even if it's small steps at first. It's empowering to know where your money is going and to have a plan in place. Another way to reduce financial anxiety is by setting up an emergency fund. Knowing that you have a cushion in case of unexpected expenses can help ease the fear of the unknown. And remember, taking small steps towards financial security can make a huge difference over time. 6. The unknown future. Finally, let's talk about the future. The unknown. It is easy to become consumed by worry about what is to come, whether it is about career choices, relationships, or life in general. We often imagine worst-case scenarios, even though they might never happen. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, not knowing if you'll fall, even though the ground is solid beneath your feet.
How to prevent it?
The key here is living in the present. Anxiety often arises when we imagine things that haven't happened yet and may never happen. The best thing you can do is stay grounded in the here and now. Practice mindfulness, whether it's through meditation, deep breathing, or simply being present in the moment. When you catch yourself worrying about the future, remind yourself that all you can control is what's happening today. Focus on what's in front of you right now and trust that the future will unfold as it should. Your thoughts don't have to dictate your reality. There you have it. The most common things that trigger anxiety and how to prevent them. Life can feel like a lot to handle at times, but with the right strategies in place, you can manage the pressure and take control of your mental well-being. Remember, anxiety doesn't define you. You are not your stress, your fears, or your worries. With time, practice, and the right mindset, you can overcome these triggers and move towards a calmer, more balanced life. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on mental wellness. And always remember, take care of your mind, and the rest will follow. Until next time, take a deep breath, stay grounded, and remember, you've got this.